I'm very excited to have you guys, on to talk about this new EP that you have, Big Love. So why don't you talk to us about the EP and what fans can expect when listening to it?
Well, we recorded this EP in 2019. We started it with Jim Scott in LA here. And, when they hear it, it's just going to be a mixed bag of genre. It goes from rock to roots music, and the lyrics are very visual and inspirational.
Yeah, I know.
I was so lucky to have just kind of an A-class team of musicians on this record, and so I'm really proud of it.
Well, speaking of that, I know Rick was saying that there's 3 drummers involved in it. Can you talk to us about that?
Well, we actually counted, there's probably more like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
If you include Lauren, she plays all the percussion and djembe. And when we initially put the song down, it was myself, John Ginty, and Steve Ferrone. And we all got in one room together, 3 different drum kits, and we laid down the basic track. And then Jim and Lauren just took it from there, and they just kept adding more drummers. I think who else to play?
Kenny Aronoff.
Kenny was on it.
And yourself and Steve Ferrone and John Ginty and a little bit of me, and it was fun. Yeah, the EP has a lot of different drummers coming in and out, and it was so fun. It took us about a year to finish a whole album, which will be released at the end of the year.
Okay, but then this song kind of relates to where we are today in the world, right? Wouldn't you say it's kind of like an anthem for the world?
True, so, I really feel that. I wrote the song in 2016, and that was right during the middle of the summer of the presidential campaign. And that's when I think everyone really started to notice the division in the country and all of the shadows of things that are going on in humanity started to really show itself. And here we are now, 4 years later, and it's really highlighted, and we're able to see such division, and there's a lot of grief and pain. And love always has been the answer for me, and I feel like the song represents that.
That's great. I know that there is a lot of division in the world right now, and you mentioned, the election and all the things going on. What would be something you would say, or how are you feeling about what's happening in today's world? I mean, obviously we can hear that in this song, and I'm sure your EP is filled with other songs that, we can all relate to, but on a personal level, how are you feeling about everything that's going on?
Well, coming from a healing perspective, when you start to open up wounds and they start to heal, it doesn't always look very pretty. Mm-hmm. And just like a wound you would have on your body, what's happening in the world right now is we're seeing this deep wound that's been there for a very long time, and we're starting to really see what it looks like, and it's ugly. But I think we're starting a journey of healing now, and so we have to be patient. We have to really look at things and embrace our own inner division, because it starts from the individual first, I think.
I agree.
Before we spread out to everyone else. So we have to look at our own pain and how we deal with that, and the pain in our families and our communities, and we'll start healing the world, I hope.
Yeah, and so we've called it ancestral baggage in the past. It's all that stuff that you just kind of it's just built in. It's really
passed down from generation to generation, and it takes one generation to really heal it.
Right.
If we do a good job. So I feel like.
And if we want to do it, you have to want to heal something.
You do. It takes being very brave, I think, to look at yourself and your family and how the wound gets passed down. And you have to be brave. I feel like it's time for warriorship in a way right now, for people to stand up and be warriors of love, so to speak, to embrace change with a great deal of empathy and leadership, and being very direct in standing up for what we feel is unjust, and but always lead with love, not violence.
I love that. Talk to us about Project Resiliency.
Well, Project Resiliency is a program that spun out of our foundation, Raven John Foundation. We We began that in 2001. And after a visit from that Rick made to Walter Reed Army Medical Center in Washington, where he visited a lot of veterans, we started our project Resiliency, which focuses on helping vets move through PTSD in alternative ways. And that's something that Rick really resonated with, and I did too. And we're really happy to be continuing that program.
That's definitely much needed. Go ahead, Rick. Were you going to say something?
No, the visit to Walter Reed really affected me deeply. And before that visit, we didn't really focus as much on our veterans, specifically veterans with PTSD. And after that visit, I really saw the PTSD in myself. And when I got back to the hotel, I got very emotional and spoke to Lauren, and that's when Project Resiliency was really born.
I mean, it's definitely something much needed. My grandfather, he recently passed away in April, and he suffered from PTSD. And it was something, you know, people didn't know about that when they came home from the war. I mean, they didn't know. They had families and they were always angry, and they saw so many things that they couldn't really understand why it was causing all these emotions and what was wrong with them. And it's a real thing, and it's really sad. And it's something that lived with my grandfather his whole life. And I really, if just on a personal level, I want to get more involved with veterans advocacy myself, because I see certain things that are inefficient or not done right, or, you know, people aren't getting the right treatment that they need. And it's so frustrating. And even now, you know, he passed away during Corona time, and it's like he couldn't even have a proper funeral because of Corona. And it's like, really, like, the guy's a World War II veteran. He was written up in the New York Times. He promoted the American flag and the importance of it, and he taught it to children and went to schools to let them know that they should actually honor the flag. And he was, you know, he was a really good guy.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
So talk to us about quarantine and what you guys have been doing on a personal level. I mean, this must not be easy.
well, technology is great. That's been fantastic. We're able to keep in touch with our families. You know, East Coast of America. My folks are over in Sheffield, in my hometown. So, you know, technology's been really great, and you know, put a couple of musicians together, and, you know, we end up making music, which has been really positive. Lauren writes songs all the time. You know, I'll be up at the other end of the house, and, you know, she's playing around on the guitar, and hey presto, there's another song on the go. So
That's so cool.
she's making good use of her time.
I
Lots
love
of projects.
Yeah.
You know, I think the key for us is to having a schedule of a routine. And when you have kids, you kind of have to do that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to make life feel a little more ordinary, just having a routine every day, and trying to keep yourself healthy and creative and inspired.
Yeah. Have you found other outlets? I mean, I know, you know, sometimes you need quiet to write. I know I found TikTok, which sounds so dumb. I'm going to be 40. Meanwhile, I'm on TikTok. But, you know, like, you know, have you done any, you know, found any social outlets that have been helpful for you, or anything fun that you've been doing to pass the time?
Well, everything's work related right now. I mean, we're really, you know, focused on work. I am. But my daughter has now found TikTok, and where I'm watching it with her, and I'm getting pressure to do TikTok. And so I'm gonna try that challenge.
You know, I learned so much from it. It's so funny. Like, people think it's just dancing and like little kid stuff, but I learned so much about business and marketing and just like random things. And every day I'm telling my husband, I'm like, oh, I love this. This is great.
So look at it. I definitely do.
I recommend it. So anyway, is there anything else that you want your fans to know about your project? I know you said that the full album's coming out soon. You know, where can we find more information about it, or about you specifically?
On any social media platform, I'm everywhere. On Instagram, you can find me at Lauren Monroe Live, and Rick at Rick Allen Live. And I'm on Twitter. I am Lauren Monroe. I have a website, laurenmonroe.com. And I'm on Facebook too, Lauren Monroe Music.
And then you have the YouTube.
YouTube, yeah. I just look forward to more videos coming out, more music, and
Did you know?
Live streams coming out August 13th. We'll be doing a live stream too.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. We're really exploring the record in a small format, acoustically, with 4 of us.
Yeah.
And I have a beautiful backup singer named Tammy Browne. She's amazing, and guitar player Dylan Rose. So between the 4 of us, we're doing a lot of percussion and vocals, and it's fun.
Did you guys meet because of your passion of music?
No, not at all. I mean, we didn't meet in a musical connection at all, more a healing one. I was a healing artist and a massage therapist. I worked doing energy medicine in Colorado, and a friend of mine knew Rick, and he was touring and said, Rick needs a session and I want you to work with them. And we worked together and remained friends. And then I saw him on occasion, and it just, it just clicked. So, and then I was like, oh, I'm a musician too. And we started to play together, and it was fun.
Yeah, you have a beautiful voice, because, I was listening, I'm like, wow, it's so great. It's such a talent to be able to play an instrument and to have a great voice. I mean, that's very
it is. It's fantastic. More recently, she's been playing djembe and singing, which is pretty challenging. If you've ever, tried to do something, with your hands like that, and then a different beat, a different rhythm coming out of your mouth. It's really impressive. I'm not sure I could do it either.
Yeah, it seemed like, you seem to have, you're so talented. I thought it was so cool. I'm like, wow, so excited to talk to you about it. What about the art? Rick, are you doing any more art? Are we going to see you in Atlantic City at the Wentworth Gallery by any chance?
I hope so, but really, the coronavirus is really writing all the rules at the moment. I obviously don't want to put either myself or, more importantly, other people, in any kind of danger. But the one thing about being at home is, I've got a jump start on a couple of new pieces.
So cool.
Kurt Cobain and Johnny Cash on the go at the moment.
Okay. What about Atlantic City, just because that's where we're from, or even the Philadelphia market? Do you have any fun memories or anything that you like doing when you're in town?
Normally when I'm in town, it's normally either for the art or for, playing concerts with Def Leppard.
Yeah.
So either one is fun, however you slice it. So,
Okay.
I'm really blessed to be able to play music and to be able to create art,
Yeah, especially standing the test of time. There's so many new musicians and people, but Def Leppard is so iconic. How does it feel to be one of those bands that people just can't get enough of?
Yeah, we're all very very fortunate, and I think everything came to a wonderful head when we got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And that just elevated the profile of the band. I was just saying the other day to somebody that I get recognized on the street now more than ever, and we're busier than we've ever been. Well, especially before the virus hit. But
right.
Yeah.
How about just a fun fact? Do you guys watch any reality shows or do anything fun that people would be like, what? They watch reality?
No, we don't watch. We're kind of boring.
Yeah,
we any free moment we have, we're in the studio, or doing art or music. We really love to do that. So, it's a family thing too. Our daughter's really into it, so we'll have jam nights or where we play together and we do art, and we like to be outside, and we go in the pool with the kids and go for walks. We love being in nature. We're very lucky to live in nature, so we're out a lot doing that.
Do the kids, are they very artistic also? So would they ever sing with you or play an instrument with you?
Yeah, our daughter, now she comes in when we're rehearsing and says, can I learn the chords so I can play with you? And she's 9.
Yeah.
So maybe one day she'll play. I definitely will have her on the next recording of being a part of something.
Yeah.
She's interested, so as long as she's interested, we want her to do it.
Yeah, she's really she's getting really good at playing piano. So I think she's ready to start playing with us, and just making music. Yeah.
That's awesome. And just because you're out on the West Coast, was there ever a time where you were starstruck when you met someone and you're like, oh my God, I'm so excited?
More like Hollywood actors. Remember we were out at that restaurant one time? Oh, the little Italian place.
Oh, and Dustin Hoffman.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
That was cool. And you see that all the time, You see.
We see people a lot, but everyone's just
Down to earth.
and ordinary. And
Yeah, and I always feel strange walking up to people and saying, hey, I'm a huge fan. I mean,
we're kind of shy. We don't get around people very
It's true, but we were way ahead of our time. We were socially distancing before coronavirus was ever thought of.
Is there anything else that you want to tell your fans?
That we're just really excited to get out and see people again. We feel as though we made people happy, which is something really, really wonderful.
Yeah, that's great. Well, we appreciate you. We hope to see you guys soon, especially in Atlantic City over at Hard Rock at the Wentworth Gallery. And while you're on tour, I believe you have a tour stop in Philly. So that'll be really fun to see too. And I hope to see you both there. And thank you so much for your time, and look forward to your full album.
Fantastic.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you.